So what I meant by another shelf is one of these. I have this going here, but I'm thinking I might like to have one right here. See it? There's this area here that's kind of open to me. So I'm going to come over here and just find a couple of these and put a shelf up into. We'll do that.
Quick question.
Woohoo!
How long can you keep the pieces that you don't use?
Months and months and months. As long as you keep them in a, in an airtight container, even this with the foil and then the little desiccant, this little guy on it, you can come back in a year, pull them.
Wow.
As long as, they have not had, dust or stuff get up and onto them, they'll be just great for you.
Very cool. And could you make a solid, like a crashing wave with Isomalt?
Yes, you can. Yep.
Wow, that'd be neat.
It is cool, super cool. All right, so I'm going to add a couple of those pieces up there. And then we should be almost done with that. Question? I love the questions.
Yeah. Would you decorate the back of the cake if you were doing it for an order?
Always. You never know if you're going to get there and the table you're setting it up on has a huge mirror behind it, or if you're setting it in the middle of the room and they're walking around it. So everything should always be decorated all the way around. It doesn't have to be elaborate as this, but it should have a flow that would continue going around it. All right, so I'm liking that. So I'm just going to get another. Let me dig in my goodie box here. See, I planned lots of them for you, but I can save them and use them over and over again. All right, and then I'm going to turn to show you what I've actually put here. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. See, I added a piece and I put a piece of greenery back by it. And then I'm going to reach and get a second piece of greenery and to put onto that as well. Just over on the other side here. Coming up through there. See, between there and here, it gets cold with the vents. All right? And then you could look it over and decide where you might want more fish, because you have them. But remember, sometimes it's best to step away, give it a little time, come on back, and then take another look at it, because if you put on it, you cannot take off when it's Isomalt. So there you go. That is our Under the Sea cake, folks. I hope that you learned all of the skills that or at least, are interested in the skills, and it gives you a little flavor of what you can do with Isomalt and get it up on a gorgeous cake, and have fun with it. It's about having fun and enjoying what we are doing.
It's awesome. It's stunning, and we're loving it. It's I see right here all the questions coming in, and also this is just stunning. They absolutely love it. Thank you so much. A big round of applause for Peggy Tucker.
Woo-hoo. Thank you. Thank you for taking the time to join us. I greatly appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Peggy.
Thank you, YummyArts.
See you online.
You bet. All right, so we continued to put the cake together so that you would see it completely done all the way around. And so all I did was take all of the pieces that I had, figure out the ones that I wanted to use, and I continued to attach them to the cake the same way we were doing during the live shoot. And so you can see that I added a few more, and I took it all the way around. I put another shelf in here, and that's that coral that we had made by using the sugar, the granulated sugar, and pouring it into. I added a couple of pieces of the coral that we did over the ice into here. Just broke them off, a few pieces, all the way around. So you can see that no matter where you stand around the cake, it's completed. Once again, we just dip the pieces and attach them. Now, see our little piece up in here? Remember that fans that I made, and I didn't really like them large for the cake? Well, I wound up breaking them up and just using them as little pieces. See them? Here and there, which added the little glow to it that I wanted. Not a lot, just a little. Now, if I showed you everything that I made that I wound up not putting on this cake, you'll see that I have enough to do a second cake. Just because I made it doesn't mean that it has to go onto my cake. So, last thing that I want to show you as cleanup. Just take a nice soft paintbrush and go in and just clean up all of the little hairs that get put onto it by the dipping and the moving. It's a fine little hair that you can see. So you want to look for those and just use the brush. See, there's one just down inside, right down inside there. And so I'm just going to use the soft brush to just go in and clean it away. All right. And that's all that you have to do. Because, you know, the little hairs kind of look like human hair, and we don't want those on our cake. A lot of people aren't going to understand that it's just sugar, not a real hair. So we want to clean that up. And it just takes another second. It's that finishing touches. Now remember, when you do a cake, please remember that finishing the cake board itself is just as important as making sure all the rest of your top, your sides, and all are done. And a covered board in foil is not a finished board. But there you go. Let me know what you think of our Under the Sea. Thanks for joining us.